Take a moment to recall all of the verbal communication exchanges you have had today. From calling a friend or loved one during your daily commute, to saying thank you to the barista who hands you your morning coffee, or greeting your colleagues with a cheery "good morning." These interactions probably came and went with little effort or complex thought. But what if you couldn't voice these seemingly simple interactions? How would it change how you navigate through the world, how you communicate with others? You may rely on nonverbal cues, but how could you ensure that others are understanding your thoughts, wants, needs, and ideas? In developing a project with the staff at Stable Strides, they identified a communication barrier between instructors and their riders who are nonverbal or with limited verbal communication skills. They expressed a need for a modality that may help them bridge this communication gap. So we collaborated to develop a project that would help the riders find their voices both in and out of the arena. Through researching different communication models, conversing with parents, caregivers, and staff members, participating in lessons, and recalling knowledge gained during the MET program of differentiation, UBD, and UDL, we created 2 modalities that would help the riders achieve their language goals.
So a lot of our clients at Stable Strides have goals where they want to communicate a choice, or they want to self-advocate for themselves through choice, and we can achieve that through the picture communication book and also the pod, so we'll kind of go through both of those. So what you want to do is you want to go to our Stable Strides picture communication book. So we can also use the pod similar to the clipboards and the picture communication book to communicate comprehension and also horse vocabulary as well. So what we're going to go to first is we're going to go to category.
Stable Strides' mission is to significantly improve the well-being of individuals through a connection with horses. This is evident in their dedication to create lessons that teach very specific riding skills and also meet the goals and needs of each rider. There is a lot we can learn from the connection between rider and horse. Horses communicate through body language, movement, and their postures. We can learn a lot about awareness and communication from horses and these nonverbal cues. A parent of Stable Strides' client said it best, and for children whose abilities to communicate are hampered by a disability of any kind, this unspoken connection with the horse leads to a silent bond. Yet we as humans often rely on more concrete means to communicate explicit messages, such as speech. So in creating the nonverbal communication tools for Stable Strides, I wanted to make sure that we would be giving the riders the opportunity to express themselves while also respecting their personal forms of communication and supporting each instructor's goals. Good teachers believe in the success of all students, no matter the barriers that present themselves throughout the journey. We have a commitment to make sure all students can share their voices. The clientele at Stable Strides is greatly diverse, and the instruction needs to be differentiated. Their central goal is to create an environment that feels safe and comfortable for their riders. Yet for the riders who are nonverbal, the environment may seem more stressful if communication is the greatest challenge. So, how can they learn how to ride the horse if they cannot communicate their wants, needs, and feelings? Similarly, how can we expect our students to learn in the classroom if they are not given multiple means of engagement, representation, and expression? Throughout this process, I have reflected a lot about differentiation and what it looks like in everyday life and in different classroom settings. While people may know their wants and needs, sometimes as teachers we need to provide our students, riders, clients with the opportunity to express themselves. We can do this through providing multiple means of engagement, representation, and expression. In the classroom, we as teachers need to reflect on whether or not we are providing our students with a variety of opportunities. Are we only presenting information in the way that is easiest for us, or because it is how we learn best? At Stable Strides, working with the riders who are nonverbal could be challenging because, for me, verbal communication may be the easiest way to convey a message. But that does not mean that it is the best way for the riders to communicate. So in creating and modifying an alternative form of communication via picture symbols, I found that differentiation is about providing opportunities for your students and also showing them how to take advantage of the opportunities presented. Like with the pod and picture symbol communication boards, we cannot expect the riders to instinctually know how to use it. We must teach them how this tool can help them better communicate with others around them. Similarly, we must teach our students how to use the tools and opportunities we present them to help them find their voices. In discovering how I can help the riders find their voices in the arena, I also connected this experience to finding my own voice as an educator. Being a new teacher is intimidating, but I take comfort in the idea that my students are also discovering what it means to express their own voices.